Peace and love, peace and love. Today is February the 6th, 2021. Um, Today the moon is in holding her course into Sagittarius, and she will be in Sagittarius as the sun is in Aquarius. Um, and Mercury is still in retrograde. So always remember to re-listen, remember, reevaluate, relax, resolve, things of that nature. Um, just want to give thanks to Mother Goddess, the source, it. Thanks to the Mother Earth as she gives birth and takes away lives every day. Also want to give thanks to the sun, the moon, stars, and the clouds, the four elements of the air, the water, fire, and earth. I say to my ancestors who lived before me now live within me. I say to all the gods known and unknown. Thank you, I say. So I'm gonna get information. So I was thinking about, television, how um, every year people go into um, so-called Black Friday and go in and really get televisions. Television, you really stop and think about the word television is television television program. That's what it's called, television program. And they're already telling you there that it's a program that they are showing you that you're being programmed to watch certain things and only know certain things. Um, just like everything, like we go to, I was speaking on the school system, they're going to teach you only certain things. They're not really teaching you even depth about um, one on yourself. They're not telling you to love yourself, even in schools, um, and how to meditate. And then you go in religion. Religions only teach you the a certain amount. The priest or preacher only read um, just the story of it. He's not really going in depth with what it really means. He only reading the characters and try to make you feel good throughout that day. Man, religion just keep you um, redoing. That's what religion means. Religion means redo. Got to re in it, redo it, reverse. Um, and it's also just a remembrance. If you really, really remember how to overcome religion, like it's a spiritual thing to it. Like you have to just like religion is the class, earth is the school, and the universe is the universe, like that. But this is the class. The earth, the religion is a class that you have to overcome and pass. That you got to start redoing. Stop going back to the insanity of worshiping Jesus or whoever you worship in, because you're not supposed to worship anyone. You're not supposed to follow anyone. You're supposed to follow yourself and know yourself, love yourself, uh, respect yourself, and that's what it's about. You're not supposed to continue to redo that. So it's a system, school system, religious system, um, government system. Um, that's why the TV is programmed for the system, programmed for you to watch what they want you to watch, see what they want you to see, and know what they want you to know, instead of trying to know um, outside the whole illusion of this earth. You know, they are reading the stars above and portraying it as a below. That's why you see all these athletes, they are or actors and music artists doing certain things at certain times because they are their checks getting written by the elites. The elites are writing their checks because they're making millions of dollars, and you still see people sleeping on the street and things of that nature. They only can do a certain amount of things with their money because they're being controlled um, by the elites, these group of men. So um, yeah, they only can give you bits and bits of information. They're being controlled. Their money, like I said, I say hotel, right? So you have the hotels, right? Hotels have a lot of rooms in them, and not everybody's gonna be in the hotels. You have about at least about sometimes 4 or 5 hotels in one street or around the block, and then you have some people sleeping right there. Some people can't even sleep in the parking lot hotel. In the hotel's parking lot, they'll tell them you can't sleep on the parking lot. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like they got beds in there, and you have to pay to sleep in a bed, but you have um, um, people sleeping right outside. You think about that. And if they can really have all those beds and all these people, that's why it should be no human sleeping outside unless if that's their choice to do that. But in this age, it shouldn't really be no one sleeping outside that's having all those rooms in a hotel. So you have to think about that type of mindset of how they control everything from the simplest um, with just money. You see what I'm saying? So you have like I think about it, I had a rabbit and I went to the store. And so when I went to the store to buy some hay, I had to pause for a moment because I'm like, wait a minute, I can find this hay right outside instead of going buying this hay in this store because that's where they found it. You see what I'm saying? They found the hay. They just, someone's in the truck scooping up that same hay that I can scoop up. And then they put it in, they process it a little bit, put it in the bag, put a price on it, put it in the store, and they're getting money from it. You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. So I had to walk out the store and say, you know what? I'm going to go find some hay outside for free. You see? So that's what I had to think about. Just like air is free. That's how amazing this universe is. Like things is already here for free. Air is free. Oxygen is free. Something that you can't see or eat or touch. It's right here next to me right now as I'm speaking, and it's giving me life and it's appreciation, and the trees right now. As the seasons continue, you'll see the trees now continue to grow back because spring is coming. This is the last month. February is the last month of the year. Now March comes into the spring. Is the New Year, the Passover. So um, yeah, that's how it is. Um, the way the cycle of life works right now. Um, you have to understand what's happening too. I said being programmed. Everything you watch is programmed. Programs. That's why it's called the TV program. The movie screen. Movies are screens. They're showing everything above as below. So yeah, like I said, it's a psyche of how they do it. Everything you have in the store that you can go see it out in the earth, like air, water. Water is supposed to really be free. It comes from the sky. You think about it, and air is already here for free. Um, um, as we give. Um, The trees give us carbon dioxide. We get them oxygen. We get oxygen and carbon dioxide. We just both working hand in hand together. That's how the universe works. You have to understand that we are connected with nature. We are connected with nature, so it's always good to go out and ground yourself around nature. Go hug a tree or hold a tree or sit by a tree or sit down by some rocks or grass. Just sit by something with nature, with quiet, and just listen because nature speaks. If you stop and listen to nature, it really speaks to you. If you stop and really listen, and I always I always say like if I'm outside, if I'm walking, and I'm just by myself, and I notice like the wind blowing, I hear leaves. If you really stop and listen, it sounds like someone's walking. If you just hear the leaves come up behind you, and you turn around, it's no one there, but it's the wind and the leaves moving, and it's like someone is actually walking up behind you. If you really stop and listen, that's nature of the earth that's speaking. So that's amazing. You get connected with back to source. But yeah, information I want to give, basic information I want to give is about astrology, the breakdown of simple astrology of who you are. It's a simple breakdown. So the sun, the sun is about yourself. The moon is your heart. Rising is how you look. Mercury is the way you think. Venus is how you love. Mars is how you deal with life. Jupiter is your luck. Saturn is how you discipline yourself and responsibilities. Uranus is how unique you are. Neptune is your imagination. Pluto is your transformation. Charon is how you heal. Cyrus is how you take care of yourself. Polaris is your relationship. Juno is beauty and influences. Vyasta is your potential and your organization. North Node is how you develop in current life. South Node is how you develop in your past life. Midheaven is your career, how others view you. And is your hidden emotions. Those are the breakdowns of astrology: the sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Charon, Sirius, Polaris, Juno, Vyasta, North Node, South Node, Midheaven, and Lilith. So that's the breakdown of that. Um, so like I said, I'm now people are starting to get into this whole pagan holidays. Like we have to understand that this whole holidays every year, um, it's the same thing every year. You have to understand every holiday is starting to be the same every year. It's pagan. They want you to be distracted, in which they all have a meaning to them all. Uh, from Valentine's Day coming from Saint Valentine. His last name was Valentine. Uh, he was writing a letter to a man's daughter before his execution, and and on the letter he said from your Valentine. That was his last name. So he was basically writing a letter to a man's daughter. He was helping her, and for his execution, he was going to get stoned and beaten to death. So and yeah, he was a clergyman. Research. Saint Valentine. He was a clergyman. He was a clergyman of, or bishops. So he, when they did persecutions, right, uh, of Christians, they would persecute Christians, and he was the guy who would stand there and read the little scriptures as they was walking up to their death. And you'll see them in the movies. The guy that was right there reading the scripture as they go get hung or get crucified in the cross. That's why I say when Jesus, they talk about the cross. Jesus, they've been had the cross before Jesus. You see what I'm saying? That was just a symbolizing of yourself. Yes, you are the cross um, that Jesus carried. You yourself is the cross. Um, but that they was already having crosses back in those days, medieval days, and things of that nature. That and they already had the crosses, so they was doing that then. And then as they was doing that, that was the meaning of Saint Valentine. Saint Valentine was that clergyman who will read to the bishops, read to the people before they die. So that's what you're doing, and that's why you're sending notes. And I learned that that day of Valentine is the same. Um, it's like a competition with the holiday Lupercaria, Lupercaria, something like that. And that holiday, pagan holiday, is to avert evil spirits and purify the city, releasing health and fertility. And that holiday is from February 13th to February 15th. And that goes in between Saint Valentine's Day. So that's why you have to research these pagan holidays. I want to get into that one since it's February. Everybody talking about love. You have to know the meaning. He was dying, and they gave his dying heart. That's how people be giving hearts. You know what I'm saying? He was beaten to death. See what I'm saying? It's a game to this whole pagan holiday. It's not real. That's the day he died on February 14th. So you have to understand that. So we know that. Um, it was just simple information. Like I want to come give you simple information about this because I get in more about other pagan holidays because they all pagans. Easter is really about the Passover. It's about fertility, rebirth of the sun that we see is coming. It's getting closer to the earth. The sun is being reborn again, born of a manger of the Virgo. So, like I said, it's more into all this than just connect to the equinoxes, to the holidays. So you have to know that instead of just going by the whole season every year, celebrating these holidays and singing all these songs, Merry Christmas, and then finding Easter eggs, and then and especially Fourth of July for fireworks. I learned a research article that um, there are people who are buying fireworks. There are being thousands of birds being killed every time they do fireworks, and thousands of birds, and they're having dogs and animals run away from their homes and running away and being killed because of they scared of the fireworks. So you got to do research on these things. Um, and we know about Fourth of July about that. We'll do more on that because it's all a game. This is um, the elites. They want to talk about Fourth of July, talking about their forefathers who founded this, who so-called captured this land. So we have to know that this is not about us. It's about these people who are a group. That's all. So that's the information I want to give today because it's always good information. 'Cause information is knowledge. Knowledge is wisdom. Wisdom is enlightenment because we are all spiritual gods and goddesses. We just have to remember that and know that. Know thyself, love thyself, and respect thyself. Because once you love thyself, know thyself, and respect thyself, you will know that you are all the gods and goddesses on this planet, and we're all experiencing a self journey. And we gotta continue to love and peace and within ourselves, um, and enjoy your journeys. That's what it's about: enjoying your journey and experiencing something new and learning, living and learning to live. That's what it's about. We are here. We're on this planet to die to live. We're not living to die. We're dying to live. That's what it's about. You have to know that. Uh, and dying is amazing because you get to live. You see what I'm saying? So, um, but yeah, that's the information today. It's all peace and love and oneness to everyone. All